Hi, this is Mad. Welcome to another episode of Swable Smart Contact Development Ways. Today, I'm going to be talking about variables and primitive types, specifically uints, which are concerned integers, and booleans. So head over to your VS Code and create a new package. I already done mine, which I called variables and split types. So head over to your sources folder and open the file which is named after your package name and has a section of .move. So I'm going to click a function first, which we are going to do using public form. Then our function for now, let me just call our function main. So don't worry about functions for now. I'm going to talk about functions in our next video. So I just want to show you data types and how to name a variable. So while naming a variable is sui, you have to use the keyword let's. So let's, then the variable name, and let me call the variable name a. Let me just use as here. Let me use this as num1. Then you have to give a data types. So before declaring our variable name, let me give the data types which we have on sui. So the basic data types. So we have the booleans. So let me comment. You have the bool, which is bool or boolean. So is bool, which are either true or false. So these are very values. So both are either true or false. Then we have unsigned integers, which are positive numbers. So while it is smart contacts, they are no negative numbers, neither are they decimal. So if you notice, we don't have data types like double, floats, because while it is smart contacts, you only deal with integers and specifically unsigned integers, so they are no negative values. So we have different types of unsigned integers. We have the U8, which has 8 bytes. We have U16, which has 16 bytes. Then we have U32, U64, U128, which has 130 bytes, and also U256. These are the unsigned data types we have on sui. So the difference is that each of them could hold a specific amount of numbers in them. So let me give you an example. Like U8 can only take numbers between 0 and 255. So how do we know that? Let's head over to our calculator. Let's open our calculator. So to get the number in which it can hold, we have to do 2 raised to the power of U8. So we're going to use 8, which gives us 256. Then we minus 1 from it. So U8 is going to only hold numbers between 0 and 255. Then also let's see how many numbers U16 can hold. So that's the 2 raised to power. So 2 raised to the power of 16, which we have these numbers 65,536. Then we have to minus 1 from it. So U16 can hold numbers between 0 and 65,535. So while working on a project, you're going to either use U8, U16, U30, depending on the amount of storage units. So let's say we're going to be working with numbers, say 0 and 255. There's no need of you going to use U16. You can just use U8 to save space and move it, and so that we don't pay how much gas space. So to write a better smart contract, you have to make sure the numbers, it's useless we're going to use it to 56 while our number is going to be 5. So just to save space and so that it doesn't, our smart contract does not at that high gas space. So these are the basic data types we have. We still have string and other ones, but I'm going to talk about those other ones later on. So let's declare a variable name. So let me call this one. We have to utilize keywords, then our variable name. My variable, I'm going to call it num1. So also, while naming your variable, just like the way you can start your move smart contract package with a number, you can't also start a package, also a variable name with a number. You have to start with a letter. So I can't say 1. No, it's wrong. This is the wrong variable name. And also, we can start with special characters like asterisks, and so we have to always start with either a capital letter or we start with a smaller letter, which is a newer case. Then later we can add your numbers and other schools. So I always call my num1 and print out the data type of Uint. So I'm going to assign it to it. Then I'm also going to call, I'm going to write on the data type calls is nil. Then that's going to hold a Boolean value. So I'm going to put bool. Then going to be 2. I'm going to assign the value of 2. So these are your right variables. You have to put in the let keyword first, then the variable name, the data type, then the expression, which is I'm going to assign it to it. So I can also call this, I can also name another one, let's run to, then we put this to U16, and let me do it to value of 500. So let me print out this value. So I'm going to come here and import the debug from the standard library. So to import another module, so we are importing the debug function from the standard library. We are going to get from the module, from the debug, we are importing the debug module from the standard function library. So we are going to get the print function from debug module. So debug, we are going to assign the print function print. We are going to be printing num1. So to print, you have to put this and first. So we're going to understand this better. So for now, don't get it complicated. I'm going to be the and, then num1. So 1. Then I'm also going to print the bool also. Also the num2. So the product of this value, we do not really need to have to deploy our smart contract. Even when we deploy our smart contract, this we cannot still make use of this print value. So we have to write tests for this. So let's write a very simple test. So come here, remove these comments. So let's get rid of this function. Let's make it only this, and this is why we don't want it. So let's make it only this for test variables are p type function. So let's import. Okay, we already have our module imported. So we have this module imported here. So we use this keyword. So we have to comment this. So we have our module which is variables and p types imported from here. So from this module, you're going to access on the main function. So from here, I can just put variables and p types. Then want to access the main function. So let's run our test. So to run our test, you have to use the command sui move tests. Okay, sorry. First of all, we have to go down the directory. So don't forget. So you have to do that directory cd variable. Well, either way, the easiest way to do this is just to like click on the folder, then open, then you get a terminal. So that's the easiest way to do that. So I'm going to put in sui move tests. So we look at it, you play out this value sheet, which are number 1, which assigns 8, then 2 and 500. So you get more things we can do with variable. Let's dive deeper. So let me get to this. Talking about variables, you mustn't give your variable a data type, not every time. So we can still choose to like if I call it number 1. So we mustn't give it data type, we can just assign it to 7. So if you not give data type, automatically it's going to be assigned to U64. So if you look at it here, you didn't give it a data type, so automatically it was assigned to U64. So but if you don't want it, if you want to override it and say okay fine, once I do it, you can just simply put in the data type which you want, which is I don't keep this as U8. So it depends if you want to give it data type or not. Not every time we need to be data type, but also first I take variable, let it may equals to 2. So automatically we're going to know that it's going to be a Boolean value. So you don't necessarily need to declare the data type always. So talking about unsigned integers, there are more things you can do. So let me give this let me do it as U8, then U8. Then let me assign my second variable to then 2 and give the data of U16. Let this as 400. So let's say I want to add these two numbers together. So if I just then assign it to add, if I may called add. So let me say no plus no 2. So if you look at it, this is going to give us an error. Why? Because our num has a data type of U8, while our num 2 has a data type of U16. So we can't add two values which are not of the same data type. So it's impossible for us to do that. Well, let's say I bring this U8 back to U16. So if you look at it, it allows us to that. So let me just put it out. Debug went add. So we can do this without any error coming up. But also, let's say you still have this as U8. I want to still add the both of them together. You can still do that. So what you can do is that you can easily convert this num here to U16. So to do that, you can just come here and just say num as U16. So let's just put in between brackets, two brackets. So if you look at it now, and the error does not come up because we've already converted this num here to the data type of U16. So what you can do with variables is that you can convert from one data type. That is when I'm talking about data, I mean unsigned integer. You can convert from one unsigned integer to another. So we can convert also. Let me say let no 3 U64 U64. So we can convert our no with our num 2, which is U16, so U64. So I can just come in and put no 2 as U64. So this is it. We've already converted. So you can convert from one unsigned integer to another. So this is a case scenario. So looking at this now, we can easily add this to now because they are of the same data type now. So we can't add or subtract any value or multiply. That can be divided two numbers that are out of the same data type. Also, another thing we can do, instead of writing our variables like this, we can also write it like this. So let me comment this. Then we can also write let no is equals to 7u8. This is a way of writing, saying this our number is of data type u8. So we can write it like this, either this way or this way. Both of them are correct. So you can choose to write it either ways and in way you want it. Talking about variables again. Let's say we have this variable called num1 and we did not use it. So you look at it, it's giving us a one unused variable num. Consider moving it up, replacing it with an underscore. So let's say we have this number num and we are not using it. We can just really put an underscore here to remove that error. Talking about variables, we can't change the value of the variable. Just like, so let's say I have this num variable. Let's say I want this to be 8 again. I can't just come and assign it to 9. Just like that. It's going to give me an error. So the only way I can do that is if I add this keyword mute. So naturally, variables are immutable. So it means that you can't change the values. So the only way I can change the value of this variable is if I put the keyword mute. That's the only way I can do that. And also, even though I put the mute here, I can't just assign it to something called true, like a Boolean value. In as much as I put the mute keyword, I have to give it the same data type. So since it was u8 before, I have to still give it. You should look at it here. Say giving bool expected u8. So I have to still give it the same data type. And also I can still assign u64 value to it. So let me say I have 7 as u64. It's still using that error. Why? Because initially the variable was given a data type of u8. So the only way I can do this is if I change this to u64. Sorry, u64. So that's the way this thing is going to work out. So ignore all these warnings because I'm not using the variable. So just in case you aren't using the variable, like I said, if I can just put underscore in front of it. So since I'm not going to be using the value, I need to remove those ones. So that's going to be all about variables. Besides just have bullets for now. We're going to be using them more often. So our advice you go around play with them, because the more you practice how to code, the more you know how to code. You can't just watch the videos without practice. So our advice you go around, practice with them, play around with them, and if you have any question you're confused, you can just drop your question on the comment section and I'll always be there to answer your questions. Thank you very much. See you in the next tutorial.